Hard rock and classic metal fans rejoice. Impellitteri is back. This is Cereal at Midnight. My name is Heath, and this is great news for fans of Impellitteri, fans of hard rock and that classic metal sound. This is a huge deal. This is a huge band that has sold millions of albums around the world. They're a global act. And here's the thing, from the moment they burst onto the scene in 1987 with that self-titled EP, that Black EP, all the way through today, they continue to innovate. They've had a couple of different singers that have taken the band in different sonic directions, but Chris Impellitteri is a virtuoso guitar player who has anchored that sound and kept the band consistent to what we want from that power, beautiful melodic power metal. I love the sound. I love what Chris Impellitteri does with guitar. He's so respected. He's so revered. Here's the thing. The Impellitteri catalog has been very hard to find outside of Asia for a long time. But all that has changed because Global Rock Records has entered the scene and signed a deal with Impellitteri to reissue and restructure most of their catalog and get it in print globally. That means everything from 1987, from that first EP, to 2009 is part of this deal, and it's being reissued. We even have a brand new career-spanning anthology for Impellitteri called Wake the Beast. We'll talk about this in just a second. I'll show you what's included. Now, these are the albums. All of these CDs came out on one day. They're available right now on Amazon, wherever you buy your music. It's great. They're affordably priced. It's great, great, great news for fans of this band. Here's the thing, though. The EPs that were... They've had several EPs over the years, and those are vital. That's what launched them. An EP launched them. They have not been reissued yet, but I'm told that things are coming in 2023 and that the tracks from those EPs will be reissued again. So stay tuned. I'm recording this right after these have come out, so there's more to come. That's good news. You may remember just a couple of months ago, Global Rock Records did a similar deal with Jack Starr's Burning Star, getting most of their catalog back in print. The things that were able to be licensed, getting it back out there. It's a great time to be a fan of this music, to be a fan of that classic hard rock heavy metal sound. Let's talk about the albums themselves. I'm just going to show you what they are briefly. So we have Stand in Line. Let's see. Grin and Bear It is included in the deal. Answer to the Master. Screaming Symphony. Which I think, what's your favorite? I'm kind of partial to for the first album, I'm kind of partial to this one because it's got it's got Stand in Line on it, and it's also got the Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's interesting, right? This is what Impellitteri does. So, somewhere like that Over the Rainbow, this is a song from The Wizard of Oz. But he takes it, and it's like, beautiful guitar, but then it gets dark, and it gets harder and harder and harder. I don't know, I love what he does with that track, and I think that's kind of indicative of Chris Impelliteri's approach. They don't sound like everybody else. Even lyrically, they don't sound like everybody else. They're not necessarily one of those apocalyptic, angry. It's a different thing. That kind of Somewhere Over the Rainbow kind of sums everything up. Eye of the Hurricane, Crunch, System X, Pedal to the Metal, and Wicked Maiden. So these are out now. All of these have just been reissued. They are available right now. But if you're new to Impellitteri, if you don't know exactly where to start, if that seems daunting to pick up like most of a career, I think this covers everything but 2 albums. There's a live album that's not here. Or live material that's not here, and then there's 2 albums from I think 2015 and 2016, and then the EPs. So we'll see what 2023 has in store for us, but if that's too daunting for you, I highly recommend the Wake the Beast anthology. This is here, I'll show you the track listings, and if you are an Impellitteri fan and you know those EPs, then you recognize that some of those tracks are here. I was hoping that they'd put all of those, because it's an EP, right? So you should be able to fit a lot of that stuff on here. Sadly, it's not all here. They've still taken select tracks from the EPs. but it's nice to have them represented. And of course, here's the discs themselves. We just talked about all of these. This is the black EP that we're talking about that's not here. This is a 3-disc set. It's absolutely loaded with music. What I like about these anthologies from Global Rock Records, this is the Global Rock logo. What I like about these anthologies is that behind each CD, pop this off the hub here, you got your track listing, and they also, just the way they show you the track, they show you the albums that these come from. There's no booklet. I'd really like to see a booklet for some of this stuff, just because I want to, I'd like to hear what Chris Impellitteri thinks about. That was a press release, but I'd like to hear what Chris Impellitteri thinks about the band's music being available again, or for the first time in America for some of this stuff. I'd really like to know where they stand with a lot of this stuff, but that's a very small nitpick. The most important thing is the music, and this is how many? Let's see, 33 tracks from Impellitteri, and it's priced right too. So I think there's not a whole lot left to say. What are your favorite Impellitteri tracks? What would you recommend? What's the album that you recommend? So if people are watching this video and they've never heard an Impellitteri album, they're just curious, what's the one you recommend? I always like to use the comments of these videos as like guidance for people that are just coming into this stuff. I really like the first album. I think that this is a great way to go for people that are brand new to this music, but I love this band. I'm so happy to be talking more and more about acts that are getting complete catalog reissues when we never saw that coming. This is a great time to be a fan of music. It's a great time to see these deals being made. And we're going to be there to talk about it. Continue the conversation in the comments below. Guys, thanks so much. Take care. Till next time, I will catch you later.